Hello, I'm the Stuttering Gamer, and for this one, I'm going to do a console I've been wanting to get for a not a long time, but for a while now, because it's always interested me. But, so, I'm not going to beat around the bush here. Man, this got dusty, didn't it? And the other thing is that, the reason it took me so long to get this one is that I wanted to find a good, in good shape. Because this is one of these consoles where, if it's not in good shape, there's a high chance that it probably won't work. Or at least the hard drive in it won't work. And if you watch the other two, the one on PlayStation and PlayStation 2, you can probably guess which one this is about. And because the probably header will tell you. And that is the huge ass itself, the original Xbox. Which the console itself is, 4 controller ports, with a disc tray that comes out, which I don't know, it's fine coming out, but I have to give it, a little, tiny flick, to push it back in. But yeah, I mean, oof, and this thing's, huge as hell. You know what? I wonder. You know what? It's right over there too. Excuse me for a second. Let's compare the old to the new, shall we? Now, here we have a not brand new, but last gen console with its now I know it's has a hard drive in it and everything, and that puts weight to it, but let's see now. Now, I can definitely tell you the ColecoVision is definitely less heavy, because there's no hard drive in there. But the ColecoVision has it on, longer, but yeah. So, the controllers that they use for these games. Now, it originally came out with the Big Fatty, which everybody seemed to hate, but really I like this one. I don't know, I'm a fan of big controllers, the Dreamcast, the second generation one for the Saturn, this controller. I don't know, and I don't have huge hands either, so it's not like it fits my hands well, but I don't know, I like it, and I got the memory card in there for it. But yeah, I mean, you can't deny that Microsoft basically took the GameCube and the Dreamcast and smushed them together and say, alright, and here's our console, here's our controller, sorry. But yeah, that doesn't matter. Now they came out with, because people got angry, of course, they came out with a smaller version, which this is when I came with the console. I had to buy the bigger one later. Which, I mean, this one's good too, but I don't know, I like the larger one. I don't know. Though I will say the buttons are spaced out much better than the bigger one. That's probably the only downside I have to the big one. But I mean, good controller. I mean, really, besides a few cosmetic features, it hasn't changed since the 360 one hasn't changed much from this one. So it'll definitely get the job done. Now, aside from basic, I got the landline for there, and lots and lots of vents, because this thing will run loud and hot. Now the games I have for Xbox would be. And if you follow up from PS2, you probably guess these. Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect. Both great shooters. And you can't really complain with the Time Splitter series. This one is a game that is probably the precursor to the... Now, Ubisoft makes the Assassin's Creed series. They probably saw this and like, you know what? We could probably make a better game out of that. And that's what happens, and they definitely did. But Thief, Deadly Shadows, very Assassin's Creed-like, I will say. Not in, I mean, you can't like climb up buildings like you can, but it's very sneaky, and you are kind of a assassin / thief person. But it's an interesting game. I would definitely, if you find it for cheap, definitely give it a shot. This game is fun as all hell because every game and every movie, zombie game and movie, have the people against the zombies, and it's always the people against the zombies. This one is awesome because it's the opposite. You're a zombie and you kill people, which is fun as hell because you have exploding head, fart bombs, and you can dislocate, you can take off your hand and it crawls around, and yeah, this is a very fun game. If you find this, you should definitely get that one. This one, the first one came off the Dreamcast, and I love this game off the Dreamcast. So, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get original Xbox, was to play the second one, because I'll just show you. It's Shenmue 2. Now, what I really wanted to do was to, import, PAL Dreamcast into PAL, but that made my wallet hurt. So when I finally found Shenmue 2, I was like, hot shit! Oh my god! And by the way, this comes with the DVD movie, which is very interesting. Which I thought was like, I get this home and I wouldn't put it down until it was done. That's why I figured. But I started playing it, and then next day I'm like, oh, I have to play some more Shenmue. And then as I thought about it, I'm like, because I don't know. It's not that I don't like it, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to give this one some more time because I really want to play this one. Because like I said, I'm a huge fan of the first one, but another dip in the survival horror is a game is Obscure, which this one looks like an interesting one. I found it for cheap, so but not the best, but it's okay. Now, I already talked about this in the PlayStation 2 one. This is the one I played and finished on, which I bought it for PS2 because it had the manual in it. But if you want my opinion on that, look at the PS2 video. But awesome game, you should play it. Hitman, okay. Not that. Well, I guess it is kind of interesting because the second part that you're in there, is kind of a little bit of a I don't know. It's a weird one. Half-Life 2. I have this on the orange box for PS3, but I want to get the original Xbox version. Yeah. Awesome game. It proved that first-person shooter could actually have a damn story in it. Destroy All Humans. This is a fun game because you're an alien and you have certain powers you can do to humans, and yeah, it's kind of a for some reason it reminds me a lot of Grand Theft Auto, though I don't know why. Beyond Good and Evil. Originally I wanted to get this for the GameCube, and damn, didn't have the manual in it, but It was, yeah. I haven't played much of this, but I heard good things about it, so I got it, and what I have played of it is not bad, but yeah. Though, you should probably buy it on the GameCube instead of the Xbox. Just saying. So yeah, that's the original Xbox. Now, as soon as, the 360 came out, Microsoft was just, you're old, you suck, we don't want you. So, they, not like Sony, who, actually still makes games for the PlayStation 2. But, they could have made a lot. Now, if you notice, there's one series that's not in here because I don't like it, and there are better shooters than this other series for Xbox that you can probably guess. So that's why I don't have it, because I don't see what the awesome hype about it was, or is, or yeah. I'm not going to say a name because you already know. If you have a brains, you already know what that game is. So yeah, that's the end of this one. So that would be 3 new videos that I would have to put up. I might put up a few more, though I'm not sure on time, because like I said, I don't have a lot of time these days. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one.